Have you ever wondered why it seems that some people have more money than others, or why some people have joined the lucky club, or they get to live in the nice house? You know, why does it seem that some people have everything going their way? Like, why can they eat whatever they want and their body stays totally thin, right? You know, we do this comparison thing, and at the end of the day, for me, it comes down to a major life hack on emotional intelligence. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to become an emotionally fit ninja that is fully capable of producing the results that you want on the outside based on mastering your feelings on the inside.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Your happiness in life is directly connected to the meaning that you place on things. In fact, meaning is everything. So in this conversation of emotional intelligence and emotional fitness, we're going to talk about the meaning that we place on things in life. Now, first of all, let's talk about why you are even watching this video perhaps in the first place. No human being escapes childhood without having wonderful experiences and horrible experiences. And we get to choose the meaning that we place on things. So 5-year-old, her parents put her in ballet, she gets up at her recital and she trips and she makes a decision about herself. Now, anytime a child does anything that they perceive as bad or wrong, they're going to assign a meaning to it. And the meaning that they place on it is ultimately going to form our belief system. So imagine for just a moment that every human, you as a human being on this planet, imagine that there are 10,000 core beliefs, and that these beliefs, what they do is they control your perception. They control everything that you see. And so when you go back to your childhood, we've got moments where, I felt like I wasn't smart enough because in third grade, Miss Bohannon gave me a bad grade on my spelling. Or I was gonna catch the winning football and I got butterfingers. So then I decided that I'm bad at sports, or I'm bad at football, or maybe I'm not fast enough because the ball was thrown ahead of me. We have these moments in life where we get really hard on ourselves. If we perceive it as a negative experience, we assign a meaning to it. And that meaning ends up becoming our reality. Now, the problem with that is that we never revisit these beliefs, but they are with us our entire life. In fact, beliefs they never change themselves. And we're not set up to revisit them and actually question, was this a good idea? Was this a bad idea? We simply run with the meaning we attached. Now, here's the problem. Kids are really amazing observers, but they're really horrible interpreters. So for example, a child walks in on a parent or parents that are fighting with each other, and they hear loud sounds and they feel anger and something gets thrown. And the child's gonna make a decision about themselves. My parents never wanted me. It's all my fault. Money is bad. Children have the ability to have the most erroneous and wildest thoughts. But now we're adults. I'm assuming you're adult, or at least our body has taken on adult form, but we still live with the same maturity level of the decisions that we made as children. What that means is we're screwed. It means that there are times on a regular basis where you're happy and there are times when you're really sad. Some of you have collected enough memories that you placed meaning on that was so negative that now you're just perpetually unhappy. And if you're unhappy enough, you become depressed. And if you become depressed enough, you consider checking out of life. So how important is emotional intelligence? I think it's more important than intelligence. I think it's even more important than what you know. Why? Look at what we as human beings really want in life. Look at what you want. You might think, oh yeah, Kris, I'm a subscriber to your channel, or I'm gonna sign up to have you be my mentor because I want you to make $1 million. I wanna make $1 million and it's gonna change everything for me. And you can think that. But the reality is, and there's nothing wrong with having that, by the way, but you might have your priorities a little mixed up. Having doesn't make you happy. What does make you happy is the way you feel. So by the way, you say, I want $1 million, and I say, no, you don't. Bullcrap, what is it you want? Well, I guess you're right. If I had the $1 million, there's this car that I want. Bullcrap. You think the car would make you happy, but the car's not what you want. You're right. I want the car because I think that when I'm sitting in it and driving it, it's going to make me feel a certain way. Is it the wind blowing through your hair with the top down? Is it driving by a social area and having your friends check you out and identify you with this vehicle of success? There's a feeling that we're going for. And so emotional intelligence and learning how to manipulate that, it's a way faster game than the amount of time it's going to take to buy a Maserati. It's a way faster game than getting a houseboat. It's a way faster game than figuring out world travel. But ironically, the secret to having all of that is mastering the emotions. Because a person that is that is emotionally unintelligent, guess what they do? They freaking get in their way so that they can't get the things that they want. They got the business deal of their life staring at them in the face, and they screw it up because they perceive that someone is messing up the deal, and this person did this, and then I cried and I was angry and I was upset, and my emotions are running wild. Have you ever felt like your emotions were happening to you and you were out of control, but it wasn't your fault? That's the way most people feel. But here's the truth. Are you in charge of the way that you feel? Do people come out to my events? I'll be in front of a massive audience and I'll have someone, usually a big burly man, stand up and I'll tell him to smack me in the face. And at first they don't want to do it, but I look at them and I say, no, for real, smack me. And with a little bit of coaching, they'll take their hand and boom, they'll slap me upside the head. It won't take very long before I have a big red mark on my cheek. And I ask this question, what are my options? Someone that witnessed a lot of violence growing up and learned that you solve problems with your fists, when they raise their hand, guess what they say? You should hit them back. You've got someone else that was told that they should shut up and they shouldn't open their mouth. And from childhood, they learned to be a doormat. Guess what they say? Do nothing and get walked all over. Our childhoods and our experiences and then the meaning that we placed on them created our belief system that guides us as adults today. So your circumstances might keep changing, but you've got the same operating system. And in a moment, I'm going to show you how you can change that. The reality is someone smacks me. I could get angry and punch him back. I could be a doormat. I could even give him a hug if I felt like that was the right thing to do. That might seem awkward. That might seem a little misplaced, but that's how emotionally intelligent you want to be. That no circumstance or no person ever has to direct the way that you need to feel. The reality is that when I'm showing people how to make a lot of money in real estate or in business, it's this emotional intelligence that I deem is far more important to train them on, because if I can fix their emotional patterns and the way that they view life and their belief system, guess what? All of a sudden, instead of seeing pain, suffering, and anger, your perception has the ability to take in 20 billion bits of information in every second. And in every second, while there is anger and pain and suffering that is there because of your beliefs, but guess what also is out there? The money that would help you meet your financial goals, travel, the relationships that you're in search of. Ironically, the things that you want are also present, but guess what you want the most? The things that you have negatively placed meaning on, which means you're going to see anger instead of love, and you're going to see pain and suffering instead of opportunity. So the question is, how do I change my belief system? How do I restructure it so that I can alter my emotional intelligence and start seeing what I want and actually pursue that and then get what I want instead of what I don't want? In the next video, I'm going to share with you part 2. I'm going to share with you the system that I use every day. It's a tiny ritual, it's a tiny routine, and it allows me to find all the problems in my perception and allows me to correct them. And if you do this every single day, your emotional intelligence is going to rise, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to start seeing the world in a very different way. You're going to start seeing everything that you want, and your life is never going to be the same again. So hang tight. That's right here in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching this first video. If I could get it all in, I would, but I wanted you to have this background. So in the next video, I'm going to really dive in deeper. But for those of you that are like, Kris, I'm ready to get on my journey of emotional mastery now and wealth mastery now, I want you to be aware that down below, I've got links. And the first thing you need to do is you need to get a free copy of my book. It's a gift from me to you. By getting that in the mail to you, it enables me to show you how to get on your journey of making millions of dollars, and then also how you can join up with me at one of my live events where I can teach you how to master in an immersive way this information so that your life really will never be the same again. So thanks for watching. Check out the links, and I'll catch you on part 2.